My guess is that we all know someone named Joseph, most of whom we probably call Joe. I've been blessed in knowing both good layman and priest by that name. And each one, in their own way, embody the virtue and the holiness of the saint, Saint Joseph. I titled this homily, Saint Joseph Said Yes to God Too, with a reference to Mary's yes to becoming the Mother of God. For at times, I think we lose track that Joseph also said an important yes. And I think it's a good reminder and example for all boys and men that it's not just the role of girls and women to cooperate with God's will, but we guys too, we're meant to say yes to God. The point of the decision in today's gospel all hinges on Joseph's righteousness and his obedience to God. The term righteousness would have meant that Joseph very carefully followed the Jewish law. And so when he discovered that Mary was pregnant, and not by him, he was compelled to divorce her by the law. I think it's helpful to know that in this time when they lived, there was a two-step process of marriage. It wasn't like our engagement that then leads to marriage. Betrothal meant that Joseph and Mary were already married through publicly exchanging what we would call their vows. But they hadn't begun to live together. Today, in some cases, we have the reverse order, but that's for another homily. In his righteousness, Joseph seeks to follow the Jewish law and to divorce Mary. Many theologians point to Joseph's reason for quietly divorcing Mary as his mercy for her, to avoid subjecting her to the shame of a public trial and most likely a harsh sentence. But I was doing a little reading and I also came across that when looking at the understanding of what Joseph was thinking about, St. Thomas Aquinas and others speak of another motivation on top of it. And that is Joseph's humble, holy fear of not being worthy to be the adoptive father of Jesus, nor the husband of Mary. It is at this point of decision that the angel of God appears in a dream and explains God's plan for Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. Joseph had a plan, and it was following the law, the Jewish law. But what is so important is that he was open to God's plan, and he obediently followed it, welcoming Mary into his home, thus completing their marriage, and in naming the Son of God, born of Mary, Jesus. When he did that, he claimed him as his own adopted son. My brothers and sisters, whether we're named Joseph or Josephine or some other name, whether we are boys or girls, men or women, Joseph's example of righteousness and humble obedience to God is what we're all called to live out. At times, our lives get very complicated very quickly. And at times we can get disoriented and uncertain about what we are to do. St. Joseph is a great example of remaining calm, seeking to do what is right, and also being open to the guidance of God in the moment. May each of us seek to do the same. And when in doubt, let us call upon our role model and our saint with the words, Saint Joseph, pray for us.